think the Where's the Band tour started becoming an idea in maybe 2008.
It was me and Matt and Chris and Dustin Kendrew from Thrice, and we were all starting to kind of go out and do solo stuff a little bit on our own.
We're friends in general, and our bands have toured together in the past, and we all conveniently have the same booking agent.
His name's Andrew Ellis, and he'd had this dream starting around then that he could send out a lot of the singers from his bands all together to do acoustic shows.
And he's the one who came up with the awesome name of the tour, which is just silly to make.
One of the first steps was having Matt, Pryor, and I go on tour together in 2008, late 2008. And we went around the country and just did acoustic shows, just the two of us. And you know, we'd camp out in the woods and stuff, and it was really, it was really fun. And we came back after that and told Andrew what a great time it was.
So it came to a point where our agent suggested just booking one tour instead of him having to book 4.
And so then the very next year we had our first Where's the Band tour, and it was me, Matt, Anthony, and Dustin from Thrice.
And then we just did it. It was kind of like our little Christmas tradition. We'd do it every December or January and do like 4 or 5 shows.
But we all got really, really close, and we did it every year together for like 3 years, and something that we were like looking forward to every year. It became like a vacation for us.
And this time we decided to try and extend it a little bit. So we'll see. We get along really, really well, but we haven't ever been together for 3 weeks before, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, the first time I heard about the Where's the Band tour, I was like, that's a really cool idea, and could have only hoped that one day I would be accepted into doing something like that.
Fall of 2011, I was on tour with Frank Turner, and got an email from like the management and booking agency that handled this tour, and I almost thought it was a joke. I was like, no, you're just messing with me.
Well, we have a lot of fun bringing Evan and Ace into the circle. These tours are fun because we kind of take the piss out of each other.
I'm used to being the old guy. Like I go out with these, I've toured with a lot of bands in the last couple of years, and I'm usually the oldest one. It's like, oh, I can kind of like tease these younger kids a little bit. Oh yeah, what do you know? You're a little guy, just give them a hard time. And now on this tour, I'm the young guy.
Between us in early November and Get Up Kids and Saves the Day, all of our bands are over a decade old, you know what I mean? Like we're kind of we're the old men in the music scene at this point. So Evan certainly, I think, gets kind of the brunt of the jokes.
I'm getting called rookie and like, these like little, like, oh, hey, sport, and like getting teased the whole time. So it's a role reversal for me that I've thought it's been pretty amusing getting used to.
And Ace doesn't talk much, as from what I can tell. He drove all the way here, and I think he said 4 words, and he kind of bobs his head. He's listening to music, so he's just really quiet.
I get intimidated easily, so I'm always intimidated by something, and definitely by these guys, thinking that, it's always weird going into something where people are really comfortable with each other, have done this before, have lived with each other before, and you're new coming into that, so you don't want to like disrupt whatever, flow they have built or chemistry that they have between themselves.
We tease each other out of love, and we've done that on all of these tours, and it becomes really fun.
So I'm just trying to take it all in now, and they've been great though. There's nothing to be awkward, nothing to be weird about. They're fantastic, open, great people.
I love the sets every night because when I'm doing acoustic shows, I do the entire show by request. So I don't plan anything out in advance.
I'd say I play about half of the set as Bayside songs because I know that's what people are coming to see and I aim to please. About half of the set is Bayside songs, and then about a quarter is my solo songs and a quarter is covers.
The Get Up Kids set list is always very set. It's argued about a lot, but it's always written on a piece of paper, and we very rarely deviate from it unless we're having a particularly good time or someone actually requests a song that we want to play. And so this is just, I kind of make it up as I go along. Try to keep a nice balance of new and old and stuff that makes me happy.
So I brought 2 guitars because, they're both set up for something very specific, but to play certain songs, I need both. And so I've decided that I would rotate out each guitar every night. Like one night play a certain set of songs and one night play another set. And Matt's been giving me a hard time about it. I was the only guy that brought 2 guitars, and no one told me not to bring 2. I'm just doing it like how I would normally do it, like I normally tour with 2 guitars.
I tried not to put any thought into coming up with a set list for this tour because it's like every night's going to be a little bit different, you know. So I just want to sort of basically feel out the crowd and see whatever they want to do. I'm pretty much leaving it up to them.
People start yelling really loud what songs they want to hear, and that makes it really fun for me because it's constantly fresh, it feels spontaneous, and I think every show becomes something unique, and I get a lot of fans coming to multiple shows to make sure they don't miss, you know, one of their favorite songs.
It's a cool atmosphere, cool environment. You can hear what everybody's saying. It's not like you're playing a big rock show where you like pretend you don't hear what people, you know, it's like you can't pretend that now. You know, so whatever anybody says, I just play most of the time.
I mean, I usually travel, I tour alone in a 1994 Dodge Intrepid. And I drive, you know, 5 to 6 hours a day just listening, like singing along to my stereo every day. And the only thing that I could say that I miss about touring with the band is the camaraderie of touring with the band.
Traveling around all in one van is so much fun. We definitely listen to music all together.
Almost every moment of every day there is music playing in the van and all of us singing along. And we should really be filming it because there are some amazing things that happen there, like musically amazing things.
On the very first Where's the Band tour, Matt, Dustin, Anthony, and I did a wild rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody on the way to the hotel one night, and we were all over the van, just kind of piling over the seats and everything, and that was really, really fun.
We were all listening to Rainbow Connection. Pryor and I were just singing harmonies on top of, it was like the Weezer and Haley Williams version. So we were listening to that, and they have these 2 harmonies, and Pryor and I are adding more harmonies onto what's going on. We have done the collaborative encore thing before, but Dustin's not here, and we didn't want to just keep doing the same thing and just kind of force Evan and Ace to get with the program. So we're starting from scratch with kind of building the show and the encore and the collaboration stuff.
I think we're still all kind of feeling each other out as far as our comfort levels go, what, you know, people are into, what they're not into, and stuff like that. It's like the 3rd day. So, you know, give it another couple weeks and I think we'll all be, you know, really kicking it.
Even on the way to Fuse today, we were listening to songs and analyzing them, and we all have very different opinions, so it's a fun conversation.
Obviously, it's a very, you know, it's an important part of the night, so I thought we should do Scatman, but no one was really into that idea. I thought it would go over great, but no.
I'm trying to pick a Beatles song, and Conley's like this massive Beatles fan, and we're just like, we can't all agree on one Beatles song to cover.
Everybody likes the Beatles. Let's do the Beatles. And I said, well, I like old Beatles. I like the pop Beatles. And Conley said he wasn't sure he could ever forgive me for making that statement. Like, it's so hard to find things, but I think we're on the right track now.
I really want to figure out a way to do an acoustic version of that Dance Until the World Ends, that Britney Spears song, Dance Until the World Ends, whatever it's called. It's really good. I think it would work. So I'm going to work on that today.
We're debating a lot of Britney Spears right now and things of that nature. You would be surprised. The whole car ride up, we were listening to songs that we possibly could cover, most of them being Britney Spears. We just listened to a lot of Britney Spears on the way up.
That's a cool idea to try to expand this tour, you know, to make it something bigger and more of an event, because I could think of so many singers that would just work great in this environment. I mean, Anthony Green from Circus Survive would be great. I know he does his own solo shows. Justin from Motion City Soundtrack does his own acoustic shows. Max from Say Anything even. And I think eventually it'd be really neat to try to take it to the next level and have it be something like the Lilith Fair, as you say, because I think that would be a lot of fun. I think people would be interested to see that, you know, so many different singers on the same day, and all acoustic. It's a special thing doing the acoustic shows.
We're all like lead singers of bands, and we're used to like a certain lifestyle, like with our with our bands, and we have managers and crews and buses and stuff like that. And for some reason, when you put us all in a van together, nobody cares about anything. There's absolutely no drama. So I don't really know what it is about this tour that makes it that way. But for some reason, we're much more easygoing on this tour than we are on our own band's tours, probably.